I'll just make a circle all the way around. So, Ted, I picked up on just one thing mainly was you said go to recon. Instead of go to recon, usually you would just say do some recon. Do some recon, or do some reconnaissance. Reconnaissance is from the article, since you guys relate. So I don't know if you heard, but reconnaissance is from the article. It's about doing some research or gathering information. They use it in the military, like you go gather information about your enemy and come back. So he was saying go to recon, but actually what we say is do some recon, or do some reconnaissance.
Yeah, I put it account.
Oh, okay, thank you, yeah.
What's the name of this thing? I forgot the name of it.
Jugular, yeah. Jugular, go for the jugular!
Okay.
That's when you want to kill somebody very
Can you
quick.
say the jugular spell?
I think it's Jugular. Yeah. Jugular. Okay. Sean, you said, register the system. I think you meant to say, register with the system, or register in the system. I think you were talking about the stem cells.
All right.
So you registered with the system or in the system. Actually, saying in the system is a little bit hard. Sometimes you can just say I registered as a donor. Yeah, so you can just say I registered as a donor or as a, actually donor. Then you said curious about the bone thing when we were talking about the stem cells. A lot of times I hear people say thing when they're talking about a certain subject, but you actually don't have to say thing. So you can say I was just curious about the human anatomy, or curious about our bones, but adding the word thing is actually not necessary. And also you said 5 years instead of 5 minutes. And and you also said not start the work yet. You not start the work yet. I think I think you were saying to someone or asking you not start the work yet, which is a little bit unnatural. You can say you didn't start working yet. You didn't start working yet. Jay?
Yeah.
You said it's hard to get a higher raise, and a raise actually means that it's higher. So you wouldn't say higher, but you can say hard to get a high raise. Yeah, usually when you describe a raise, you can describe it as a low raise, or average, or a high raise. And you said I have done this job, which is okay, but I think a little bit easier way to say was this was my job, or I have experience with this. Just another way to say it. You said I changed my position to another company, which is okay to say like that too. There's a more natural way to say like I switched companies. Yeah, a lot of times when you change your position, usually you say within the same company or the same job. Yeah. So you can just say I switched companies, or I switched jobs. Yeah. And then next, you said, from my company to another company, I raised my pay. You can actually say, I guess you can say, with this company or with this new company, I got a raise, or my salary was higher, or this new company is paying me more. Yeah, actually saying they're paying me more than my previous company would probably be the easiest way to say it. And I think another thing that a lot of people say is the word headhunter. Headhunter is actually a pretty good term. You can also say, this is actually just for your information, you can also say employment agency or agent. A lot of times we call them like an agent, someone that is just trying to find you another position. You can also say, what was it? I have to find my email. I get emails from headhunters a lot, but they go by like different terms. Sometimes they go for like a job agent is also what they call themselves. Yeah. So there's just different terms that you can use. If you ever feel like you're trying to say something other than headhunter, a lot of times we call them agents too. Or my friend's wife works in an employment agency, so we call her an agent. Yeah. And next is. You know what? Actually, you guys didn't. You weren't here that long for me to correct you. Jennifer, you did say. Just now you said not that's why, but I think you meant to say that's not why. Yeah, that's not why. Yeah. Oh, and you said my people's birthdays, which if you say my people, it makes you sound like you're a queen. And everyone, that's your people, that you're above them. So, yeah, my people. My people, it is your birthday.
I will make you. I will give you candle for you.
Which, if that's true, then I have no comments. But if they're just maybe your friends and family, you can just say, yeah, my friends and family. My associates. You can also say that if they're maybe people that you work with, colleagues, or friends of friends.
You're so
yeah.
high.
Yeah.
High person.
What else is there? That was all I got. I didn't really have a chance to have you just keep talking to come up with something, but I will next time. And what else is there? Oh yeah, you said that you went from IT and you learned how to planning business development. You could just say I learned how to plan business development, or I was trained in business development. Trained is actually a better word. If you were learning how to do something for work, a lot of times you could just say I was trained to work in business development. And you also said, you should consider all things. When you're talking about you have to consider everything now for business development. Instead of before, you just focus on one thing. Instead of saying I consider all things, there's actually better ways or more professional ways to say it. You can actually say I have to analyze more variables or analyze everything. All things, you can actually say, instead of all things, you can say variables, which is just different things to analyze. I think the word things is overused a lot with someone who's not a native speaker. So you can actually say, analyze more variables or all the different variables. I think that's all I had. I didn't get too much from you. And then Zoe, you said on Fridays you home clean. You can say on Fridays I clean my house or clean my home. And when you were talking about when you got a new contract, you said you clicked the agree button, which actually that is the truth. And you could also say I clicked agree or I just agreed to it. And then you said you were interested in donation things. Which is, again, we tend to use thing a lot. So you can just say, I'm just interested in making donations. Or in donating, the action of donating. And you said it does not that painful, which I think you meant to say is not that painful. Yeah, is not, yeah. Yeah. And then, last you said you were going to a shop for donating blood. We actually don't call that a shop.
Yeah.
We would call that, usually it's a donation center or a donation site, or I don't think that's it. Yeah. Usually it's like a donation site or donation center. Yeah,
Blood
so
donation house.
we actually don't call it a house. We just say like, yeah.
We call it house.
We call
Oh,
that house.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
House
figured.
of blood donation.
I think that the translation might have been a little bit different, which happens a lot. So you know, my dad goes to donate blood a lot, so he'll call me and say, "Oh, I just went to donate blood today at the donation center," or no, blood bank. Blood bank. That's what we call it. Blood bank. Yeah. Blood bank. Yeah. Yeah. They have different types of banks. So they have plasma bank where you donate plasma blood. Plasma is actually I think it's the same thing, if I'm correct. Plasma, it's inside your blood and inside your bones. Yeah, it might be the same or very similar. Yeah. Yeah. So you can say blood bank. Did you guys have any questions about anything? No. No.
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.